Cascade had it up earlier.
Yeah,
He's about
it's this one that you have. It's that one that you have.
Yes, that's the one.
That's another depiction. Absolutely. And this one is the one where he has a halo. There are multiple depictions of this. And you know what the craziest part about all this is? These paintings are all in the Louvre, in France.
Yeah, but the reason is, hold on, wait. The reason is what people don't realize is, so this is a festival. There's a festival called the Festival of Dionysia, SIA at the end. So it's a festival. So there are going to be different depictions of it because it's, it happens regularly. Anyway, point is that the people are confusing, and I heard QB say it during her one-on-one. The Feast of the Gods is a totally different painting. The Feast of the Gods is by Giovanni Bellini, is a totally different painting than the Feast of Dionysus, which is done by Johann Rottenhammer. These are two different paintings, right? They're not the same thing.
I looked up that painting and it doesn't show.
Which painting?
The Feast of Dionysus, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the Feast of, that's, so look up Johann Rottenhammer, Feast. Because that's what some people are calling the Feast of the Gods. And that's the one that has like food on the table. There's like little cherubs floating around and stuff. So it's Johan. Hold on. Let me find it.
Yeah, I can't. I looked up Johann.
Feast of Dionysus. Okay, so here it is. So this is Greek mythology and art. This is Feast of the Gods is by Johann. Well, by Rottenhammer. We'll just call him that. And then the Feast of Dionysus. One second. I'll pull it up. Hold on. I'll pull it up on my screen. You guys can talk while I do it, while I find it.
Okay.
So I have a question. Like, what's the main outrage? What's like the focal point? Like, okay, let's just, be charitable and say, let's say that they're depicting what you're depicting. Like, what's the point of contention? Like, what's the upsetting point thing?
That dropped and it says protect your children from observing. Say it again, Veronica.
Oh my God.
So I was asking you, like, what is the point of contention? What is the outrage? What is the thing that is making people upset about this depiction if they want to interpret it in the way that they're interpreting it? So what's the outrage?
Right. So there's going to be different levels of outrage. My whole premise on this was that we're not going to sit here and gaslight and act like they weren't playing in the face of Christians to try to depict the Last Supper. Whether it's right for them to do so or not is a completely different conversation. But you have other people that feel that it's wrong to have drag in these fucking performances, which these people are just transphobic and anti-LGBTQIA plus community from the jump. So hold on, y'all.
I just feel like
That's the only argument he has left, though. The only argument you have left is that they're queer. Every other argument, we have substantiated evidence to the contrary.
I feel like I don't know. It feels like a really weird hill to plant your flag on, with everything that's going on right now. Like they could have taken the lady in the middle and they could have done a whole depiction and had her stretch her arms out and lift up over the thing and then I might see a case for hey guys, you're going a little far with it. But you're depicting a picture that was painted by a guy that people are holding in revere. I mean, and that's a far stretch even at that, because it's come on guys, even the original, there's no way. I mean, we're arguing about a depiction of a depiction at this point, because I mean, nobody's gonna sit here and be like, that's what the actual Last Supper looked like because that's what it was painted like. I mean, that's absurd.
And let's not forget that the Last Supper itself is inspired by Greek art. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's why I brought up
It's not
the picture of the
original.
Feast of Gods. Why? Because that's the picture that Leonardo da Vinci drew inspiration from. He drew inspiration from the Feast of Gods.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even original to begin with. But more so to the point, I just wish that people would say the quiet part out loud. There would be no issue with this if they were not queer or in drag. And then there's the presumption that there are performers that are also not Christian because they
Gibby
happen
said
to be
it.
part of the community.
She said that's what her issue was.
That's what it is. Well, I know she probably said it, but I don't
Yeah.
understand how T-Bone is still having an issue. Like that person, you know what I mean?
Like, why isn't it seen as flattery? You know, like, hey, look, they made a reference to something that we can talk about, you know, and we can use that as a focal point to teach our flock and our lessons and stuff. Da, 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 da. You know, because I mean, I don't know. That's the whole point of, you know, being a leader in those specific groups is that you're able to take, you know, events that take place in current, you know, situations and be able to tie them back to, well, this is, you know, this is how we tie it back to our core beliefs and this, that, and the third. I figured that was like the whole point of, you know, their understanding of things. Yes.
Veronica, let's be real about this, though. A bunch of people are upset, mostly because they're drag queens, because they're men dressing in women's clothing. Their entire religion is going to a church and kissing the ring of a man that they tell their secrets to that wears a dress. Like, let's be really so fucking for real right now. The Catholic religion in itself is drag in itself. And you guys are mad because they have better makeup. That's literally it. That's literally it.
You don't even have to be a member of the LGBTQ plus community or at all to be a drag. There are plenty of cishet men that are also drag queens.
And historically, men were the only ones allowed to perform for such a long time, and they depicted women and played all the roles of shit anyways. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, if they really want to start talking about the balls and all that and the